Hello. Hello, hello. I'll explain what this whole thing is in a bit, but I want to say hello to you guys first. Hello, Sean. Hello, Phantom. Michael, saxophone flutist. Arya, you're also a saxophonist, but you love just another flutist. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. It is always a high praise to be able to be a source of entertainment for my non-flutist viewers. So I appreciate it. Hello, Miguel. Wonderful. I am definitely getting a different crowd than yesterday. So I think I made the right choice to come on here today at a different time than yesterday. So for basically my second crowd, hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Thank you so much for joining me today. I'm honestly, this is just part 2 of catching up with who's trying to call me. You can go to voicemail. Anyway, but yeah, so yeah, seriously, thank you all so much for joining. This is part 2 of catching up with me after my Singapore vacation. So for those of you who have not seen yesterday's stream, let's do a very quick recap for anyone who's just joining right now and like have no idea what's going on. So I have been away for 3 weeks. 2 of those weeks I was in Singapore. We were primarily there to visit family on John's side. So I got to meet family for the very first time that I have not met. We were supposed to meet them in 2020, but due to COVID and TSW, topical steroid withdrawal, which is what my husband John has been going through for the last few years, we have had to delay our trip until now. Then I took a week to recover. At first, John was not going to, but he had to because he had a huge TSW flare right when he got back. But he is getting a lot better, much more quickly than expected. So we're very thankful for that. But that leads us to now. So again, just to communicate to you guys so that you guys know what to expect for the next month. I need to pull back. I need to pull back on content creation because I think right now what's happening is I'm on a bit of an adrenaline rush right now. So I was on sort of traveling adrenaline. And then right when we got home, John had his huge flare. So I went on caregiver mode, which if you're a caregiver in any sort of capacity, you will understand that there's a very specific type of adrenaline that comes with being a caregiver. And so my traveling adrenaline just basically leaked into my caregiver adrenaline for another week. And from my own past experiences, I know that even though right now I feel okay, I'm going to guess that I'm actually way more tired than I think I am, that I feel that I am. So I'm anticipating that I'm probably going to end up somewhat crashing in the next week or 2, especially now that John is getting better. So just to put that out there, that's why I've decided for this month, I'm just going to pull back on the amount of content creation I do. It's not that I'm stopping content creation, it's just I'm not doing as much of it. So instead of my usual 5 streams a week, we're only going to do 3 next week. For those of you who have checked my schedule on my website, I should probably go to my website and take off my vacation banner. So I'll do that after this. Yeah, I've already scheduled 3 streams for next week. And then I was thinking about yesterday, I still was kind of waffling over, do I do 1 or 2 edited videos this month? And quite honestly, I think I will only have the energy to do 1. So it's probably going to be about my trip to Singapore and all the fun musical things that I discovered while there, because that's what's relevant to you guys. So that's where we're at. That's the quick recap. So for those of you guys who are coming in, and you weren't there yesterday, now you guys know what happened, where we're at. Had a ton of fun with family. Just don't want to go into too much detail because I want to keep some privacy there. But we did find out some fun musical things. I accidentally bought a Dizi, which I showed you guys yesterday. That's this little baby right here. So bought that. There are a few other things that I discovered while there. The Yamaha stores sell piccolo takedown swabs, flute swabs, and a giant flute cleaning rod. I have never seen this in the States, in Canada, never ever. So, you know, there are a lot of like fun things that are coming on the horizon, but I just need some time to take care of myself. So there you have it. So I'm not disappearing, I'm just slowing down for the next month, but there you go. So let's see. Arya, you're about to purchase your first flute. Yeah. What flute are you gonna get? And you just subscribed. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. So Sean, you just got home from a Europe vacation yourself. I hope you had a great time. Jet lag is rough, yes. It apparently takes me 5 days each time to get over jet lag. Same thing happened when I went to Italy last year. This time was exactly the same. Going over there, jet lag for about 5 days. Coming back here, jet lag for 5 days. Linny, hello. Welcome, welcome. Miguel, you've missed these streams. Good to chat with everyone again. I'm so glad. I also really missed you guys too. I missed talking like this. Because as much as this is pretty much as real as it's going to get, because I'm basically talking to a bunch of text, it's a little bit different, you know, from real life, so to say. So let's see. Thank you, Michael. And Henry, welcome back. How are you doing? So Arya, you are getting a student Eastman from a friend. Hey, that's great. Sounds great and is in great condition. Going for 400. What a steal. Agree. What a steal. And also you're getting it from a friend. So supposedly this is probably a music friend. I'm going to guess they probably took pretty good care of it, right? Okay, so you guys are probably wondering why there's this giant bag of white coffee here. Okay, I wanted to do a nod to one of our cousins that is technically is John's cousin, but we're all family now since I married into the family. So one of our cousins, we didn't ask for this, okay? But she just came over, you know, and was like, here, you are going to want this. Pack this back with you. And you know what? I didn't think I was gonna like this as much as I do. It's what I'm drinking right now. And when we checked where it's made from, this is made in, I think it's made in Malaysia. Yeah, product of Malaysia. And none of the 3-in-1 coffees that we have here in the States, at least where we live, all of our imported 3-in-1 coffees are not from Malaysia. And so we are thinking of purchasing some of them and comparing it against this. This apparently is the coffee that our cousin drinks to tie her over when her son has not made his special blend of coffee. And you know what? I have to agree. So her son's coffee, so our nephew's coffee is amazing. Absolutely freaking fantastic. Just like, I think it's like a blend of like 8 different beans. Like, these are my people. Okay. You guys understand why when I met them, I was just like, wow, these are my people. So her son makes this coffee that's like 8 different blends of beans. And it's just, It's so good. It is made more in sort of like the Singaporean like kopi style. Um, but it is just it's so good. It's like the perfect blend of like kind of like Western coffee and like Asian coffee. It's like a perfect blend of it and it is amazing. And this is not the same as that, but I understand now. I understand why our cousin will drink this to hold herself over until his next batch of coffee. And I just wanted to share that with you guys. And I wanted this to be a nod to our cousin that you were right. I freaking love this. And now that we're here back home, now I realize we probably can't buy this here. And I'm sad. I'm so sad. But the thing is, I'm making myself drink it and not hoard it because it expires in July of 2025. And like, you know what? Let's not waste it, right? Yeah. Okay, back to the chat. So Aria, so your friend got a Burkhart Rezona. There you go. And then now your friend will know that her flute, her student model flute is in good hands and being loved. That's so good. Michael, I hope you get to try out a bass flute. That would be really fun. Jody, welcome back. How are you? Yes, indeed. Just another coffee review. I never thought I would like instant coffee this much. It comes in these bags, guys. It's this. It's just a whole bunch of powder with like, let me see. So it's basically powdered creamer. There's a stabilizer, milk protein, emulsifiers, anti-caking agent, sugar, instant coffee, and maltodextrin. It's literally just powdered instant coffee, powdered milk, and sugar. That's really all it is. But it is surprisingly good. It is surprisingly good. I'm gonna need a coffee taste test video down the line to see which instant coffee is best. Well, John sees how much I like this. So it was actually his idea to go to some of the Asian supermarkets here and purchase the 3-in-1 coffees that are for sale around here. And he was like, we need to do this now because we don't want to wait until this is like basically expired or like wait until this is done, right? We want to do a side-by-side comparison. So, Aria, you want me to play the Chaminade Concertino? You know what? I'm down, okay? But let me drink this first. I'll drink this, rinse out the mouth, okay? I'll literally go to the bathroom and rinse out my mouth, drink some water, and then I'll play it for you. Why not? Why not? I miss playing. I played for the first time today since coming back for a student, and it felt so good. Jake Ortiz, hello, welcome back. Phantom Flutist, sounds like I can put in cookies when baking it. Do you mean cookies to go with this? What is the context that I am missing here? You have to leave in 5 minutes. Okay, Aria. Would you be down to come back to this video later? I promise to play it. And then you can, like, I'll play the first page. That's usually what I do. I usually just play the first page. I'll play the first page, okay? But come back and watch this when it's an archived video. Okay, it's not going away, right? I promise I will play it. Sound good? Yeah, exactly. It was my raid song. So whenever someone raided me on Twitch, usually what you do is you do some sort of nod. It's like kind of like Twitch etiquette. You do some sort of nod, or like it's like musician Twitch etiquette. Is you do some sort of raid song when someone sends all their viewers your way after they're done streaming. So I figured since I'm a classical flutist and classical music is pretty much all I'm good for, I was like, let's play the most overplayed flute piece as my raid song. So I'll play the raid song for you. Okay, come back. Okay, sounds good, Arya. I promise. Okay. I just really want to finish my coffee and chat with you guys a bit, and then we'll do that. Yeah. So let's see. Chaminade was Solo of the Month on Facebook a few months ago. Oh, cool. Very cool. I think I recall that because some of my students asked me for help on that. Also, my camera just really does not want to focus on me. There we go. Okay. No promises that it's going to stay focused on me, but it really wants to focus on that box behind me. Oh, well. Did I play the Dizi yet? No. But I figured that after I play the raid song, the Chaminade first page, I figured I might as well play a little bit of this for you guys too. I might do like a more in-depth kind of like actually put on the membrane correctly thing next week. Like right now there's just a piece of scotch tape on there. I figured, whatever. I can play it just like that for you guys today. If you guys don't mind, then you guys can hear how I sounded when I was trying it out. You know. Let's see. Jacob, welcome. Welcome. You are starting out with the flute. Got a lot of great advice from YouTube. You're thanking me for my videos. Thank you for watching them. I hope they were helpful and I hope they were also entertaining. So, I do seek to entertain. It does make me very happy to know if my videos made you guys happy. Let's see. So Phantom Flutist, put the coffee powder when you're making cookies from scratch to make coffee cookies. Oh, that's what you mean. I should look up a recipe for this. I wonder if there's like 3-in-1 coffee cookies recipe. There must be, right? Like if you thought of it, someone else has thought of it and put it on the internet, right? Okay. I love your idea, Phantom. Thank you. Michael, you're asking, are you able to try out flutes at a music store because you want to see if you can test out some flutes? Ask, be respectful. And if they say no, just be like, thank you for letting me know. Have a great day. So I did this in Singapore because I wasn't sure what the culture was surrounding trying flutes over there. And but what I noticed, and this is, you know, you kind of want to look at a store and how it's laid out for some context clues. So I noticed that most stores that were selling Western concert flutes had their flutes be like in a glass case. So they were on display, but in a glass case. A lot of times actually in the plastic packaging. And so, you know, that kind of display does kind of clue me in that maybe they might not want people to try it because it's, you know, with the plastic still on the flute, it essentially demonstrates that it's pristine. So once you touch it though, especially an oily person like me, it's just going to get immediately like super fingerprinty, you know? So I did ask if I could try flutes and just very respectfully. And then most of these stores said, you know, no, we need to get a technician to come out, make sure everything is okay, hand it to you to play, and then immediately hand it back to the technician to clean it up and then put it away. They said for hygiene issues, I'm going to guess it's not actually so much for hygiene issues as much as it's for like if something happens to the flute, they need to make sure that it's back in working order immediately. So like, I get it. I totally get it. So like, I just respectfully was like, sure, no problem, you know, and they said that because of that, it's by appointment only. So my guess is that like in terms of trying a Western concert flute in Singapore. It is mostly by appointment. Now, I was pleasantly surprised when I went to Eason Music, EASON Music. Some of you may have already found their videos on YouTube. They are a like Chinese instrument company. And they're based in Singapore. And I decided to just pay a visit to their store. I talked about this in yesterday's stream as well, but they were very open to have me try their flutes. I didn't even ask because by the time I got to them, I had been refused trial of flutes so many times that I was like, okay, it must just be the cultural like, you know, approach here to trying flutes is that it's by appointment only. So I didn't want to assume that they would let me try. So I just straight up didn't even ask when I was at Eason. They were the ones who asked me. They were like, you want to try flute, right? And I was just like, yes. I are you sure? Like, are you okay with that? And they're like, yeah. So I got to try flutes for, I don't know, like an hour, something like that. It was really fantastic. So later, Aria, promise I will play the Chaminade. Don't worry. But yeah, so, you know, I think when it comes to asking to try flutes, just make sure that you're respectful. And if they say no, don't press. Okay. Just be respectful of other people. You know, like a store may not be that comfortable with just anyone trying flutes. They might even ask you, are you actually in the market to buy? If you're not in the market to buy, they may not want you trying flutes. But then again, some people, sometimes some of these people in these stores are really bored. So they want to hear you play, even if you're not going to buy anything, they don't care. So like it really depends. That's why you just have to ask. But yeah, I just want to put that out there because I think Michael asked a very good question here. Saxophone flutist, your school had a recital and your friend played, I'm guessing the Chaminade from memory. You were astonished because the cadenza was so elegant. Oh, wonderful. It like whenever people play pieces like that by memory, the cadenzas, I feel like they work a lot better. Like, because it really looks like you're making it up. Man, it's fantastic. Also, yes, I am aware that last month the solo of the month was Pulunk because I suddenly, again, got a lot of questions about how to practice it, especially the third movement. Because apparently, wasn't it something like for people who are more advanced, they would do the third movement first, and then people who are not as advanced could just do the first and second movement, something like that, right? That's at least what was told to me. So this month is Passard. Oh, are you guys doing? It was my first solo. Oh, brain fart. Wait, let me get it. This was my first solo. Andalouse. Are you guys doing Andalouse? I played this when I was an itty bitty kid. Do you guys want to see the date on this? I think some of you guys weren't even born. You guys want to see the date? You guys see that? Month, day, year. Uh-huh. Yeah. Okay, clearly, not all of you guys were not around at this time. But I know for a fact that some of you guys were not born this time. But yeah, this is like the original like sheet music that I was looking off of. This is from for those of you guys who've been around the flute world for a long time, you guys have probably recognized this, right? The selected flute solos one. It's the one with like Bolero, Doppler, the Hungarian Paschal Fantasy. Chaminade is in here. Mozart Concerto in 2 is in here in D. Yeah. Oh, Sean, right. You are an admin of Solo of the Month. Of course, of course. I forgot that. Okay, Phantom. So, Phantom, your daughter bakes all the time. That's why you know this would work in a cookie. Okay. All right. All right. All right. Let me see. Yes, I know. So Saturday. Oh my gosh, Saturday, you're an admin on Flute Form? Oh, I love it. I'm getting like the Uber nerds here. I like it. I like it. Like, I'm aware that I don't get as many views as like, you know, some of the other content creators out there who make like more virally videos. I've just decided viral videos are just not my thing, man. They're just not my thing. I can't do them. I can't do them convincingly, you know? So I've just stopped trying. So Michael, you tried out alto flutes before at a music store. Wonderful. Let's see. Miguel, you remember a while ago you mentioned your senior recital. Yes, you want to update us, say that you had it last month and it went great and you're graduating college next week. Congratulations. Congratulations. Oh, that's fantastic, Miguel. I know it's a lot of pressure, but I'm just curious, and it's totally fine if you don't have any plans, because I certainly did not at that point. But do you have any plans of what you want to do next? Just to give you some perspective, I failed my master's audition at the end of my bachelor's, so I just had no plan B. So personally, for me, I just kind of like flew by the seat of my pants and ended up moving down to California to like find myself, because I was born in California, but like I like did only half of my growing up there, so I wanted to find myself. So that's what I did. I had no plan and flew by the seat of my pants. So that is an absolutely valid answer if that is your answer. Let's see. Okay, Sean. So you had 2 tracks suggested for the Poulenc solo of the month. You can either spread out the first movement over the month or do 1 movement a week. Oh, that's how it worked out. Okay. Greg, hello. How are you? Have you ever had 3-in-1 coffee? Are you a coffee person? If you're not a coffee person, then just ignore that. But these are surprisingly good. My husband's cousin insisted that we bring this back with us, saying that this will tie us over until the next time we go back to Singapore. And she's not wrong. So let's see. Yeah, the Andalouse is definitely more relaxed. It certainly wasn't relaxed when I played it. I played it for a solo and ensemble. You know, one of those, they like, you know, rate your playing, but it's not really a competition, and you know, one of those things. So I was doing that when I was a kid, and I was so nervous for it. My gosh, I was shaking. Hated it. But and my judge was so severe, you know. He was just like, you know, at least that's okay, kid brain interpreted it like that. He may have just had RBF, and maybe kid me just totally misinterpreted his, you know, unfortunate RBF. I don't know, maybe. But we'll see. Should I pop into the group and play it? The Andalouse? You know, I mean, since I'm being directly invited, I might. MagFest announced their dates January 23rd to 26th. Good to know. Thank you so much. I have not planned that far yet, but thank you. I appreciate it. Do you know where it is happening? I'm gonna look it up. 2025, right? Is that's what you're looking at? So do you know, wait, because the website, oh, yep, let's see. National Harbor, where is that? Where is this? Maryland. Ooh. Oh, fun. Oh, this is super fun. Is there a booth type of thing at MagFest? Or does MagFest have like you know, the whole like exhibitor hall type of thing? I'm curious. Gaylord National Resort, huge booth stuff. Okay, I'm gonna keep that in mind. I'm not gonna tell you guys why, but I'm gonna keep it in mind. Okay. Thank you for telling me. Give me a second. I need to write this down. Let's see. Okay. Okay. I just, you know, I have written it down. No promises, but I have written it down. Thank you for letting me know that there's huge booth stuff. Oh, Bed Flute Forum is so busy. Over 70,000 members. Good Lord. You're essentially like a moderator then, right? Because I'm guessing you have to like approve posts, comments, approve members, blah, 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 right? Yeah, I know. Rip my wallet. Hey, Natasha, how are you doing? Oh, so you are modding. Yeah, you've only been modding for a week. Okay. Got it. So Greg, how are you doing? How is life? I am on totally false energy right now, personally. On top of 3-in-1 coffee, I am running on some adrenaline right now. Like post-travel adrenaline that's leaked into caregiver adrenaline because husband had a huge flare over the last week. So, so Sean, you just have to ban the occasional spammer and approve what requests? Join requests. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm gonna be real with you guys. Have you guys noticed that I'm pretty hands-off on the Discord server? For those of you guys who don't know, the Discord server, the like, you know, the one that everyone can join, is not run by me. It is run by you guys. You guys made it, invited me to it. Yeah, I am apparently good at managing, but I don't like it. So because you guys have, you know, offered to make this community, and it's a very thriving community over on Discord. So I love just kind of poking my head in a little bit here and there and like putting a little emoji reaction to things here and there. But I just want to say thank you guys. Thank you for like making this community so good, so safe. I know that there have been a couple of incidents over the years, kind of your typical ones of someone being hacked, spammer, you know, those types of things. And you guys have handled it very swiftly and smoothly. So I just want to say thank you. You guys have been really awesome about that. And you have, I think the best part is that if anything, you guys just reported to me what happened so that I would be in the know, but you guys haven't expected me to fix it and or have the time to fix it. And I really appreciate you guys' you know, understanding and also your swift action. So thank you. So yeah, you guys are basically modding my Discord chat too, my Discord server. Victor, how are you? I saw your message at the beginning that Mother's Day is coming up. You all have plans for Mother's Day? My Mother's Day needs to be postponed because mom is out of town. So so we're probably going to be celebrating Mother's Day later, which might be nice because we don't have to fight everyone else for like Mother's Day brunch and whatever, you know, like it can be sort of on a random day. Moms are the best. Now, I will put it out there. If you are in a situation where your mom is not good to you, you are valid. Your experience is valid. If you have a mother, a maternal figure in your life that you would rather celebrate, do that instead. Now, if you don't have a maternal figure, also no problem. Totally good. Now, for those of you guys who do have a great relationship with your mom, make sure that you go and tell her you love her. All right? Xing. Yes, I had a great trip. I am enjoying a coffee as a result of that trip. It's a great time. What else did we do? We did all the big Singaporean attractions, the big ones, that is. Like we did Gardens by the Bay. We walked around Marina Bay Sands. We walked around it at night too. We watched the Super Tree light show at night. We did end up going to the Botanic Gardens, but only to the Orchid Garden, which was beautiful. Although unfortunately, some of the orchids were not in bloom because orchids are apparently Singapore's national flower. I didn't know that until I got there. We went to the zoo, which was a little bit too warm because it just happened to be a heat wave on that day. So we might have been a little bit unlucky with the weather that day, but I got to feed a giraffe and that was super fun. It was really cute. We went to the aquarium. So like we went to Sentosa Island and went to the aquarium. And what other attractions did we do? I can't remember what other attractions. What is the white coffee? Oh, right, you're a coffee person. Okay, so it's really just powdered instant coffee, powdered milk, and sugar. That's really all it is. That's the three. Okay, you dump it in to your cup, heat up 200 milliliters of boiling water, pour it in, mix, you're done. And it tastes very close to like Singaporean coffee, like kopi. Like it's very, very close. But this one is a mix of, it's a blend of Arabica and Robusta. So there's a kind of like slight, like roasty flavor to it as well, that I think you don't normally really taste in most Asian coffees or Asian style coffees. So it's like kind of a nice mix between the two. And I'm surprised by how much I like this. Now you guys are probably seeing this little Nutri-Grade thing here. Here, I'll show you guys. You guys see this? Nutri-Grade. So we've been, so like most things in like, I guess like prepared foods in Singapore are required to have this grading system of how bad it is for you. A being basically no sugar. And then the lower grades basically tell you how much more and more sugar it contains. So most of what we like ends up being grade C. So bad. But you know, it's great. Because especially as tourists, when you're going in and you're trying all the foods, of course, everything that you're going to get is going to be Nutri-Grade C. You know, you'd be shopping on the D aisle. So Natasha, it used to be that you could order flowers to be delivered directly to the plane when you leave Singapore, especially when flying Singapore Airlines. Really? Really? I didn't know that. I'm guessing they stopped doing that though. Did I see the fireworks in Asia? I did not. I saw fake northern lights at the super trees. So there was like this kind of like what do you call it? Like you know, it's the type of like installation art that you like experience by walking through it. So they created fake northern lights at the super trees by kind of jetting out mists and then shining light on it. So in the dark, it really kind of looked like mini northern lights. It was pretty amazing. Yes, guilty pleasure meter. That's exactly what this is. We started to like just kind of joke about it with like everything that we ordered. Like literally everything we ordered was Nutri-Grade C. I think the only thing that I think two things that I ordered were Nutri-Grade A. One was barley water, which I had never had before I went there, and I freaking love it. So I looked up a recipe, and I'm planning on making it this summer. And then I think it was like just cold oolong tea with no sugar. So that I think those were the only two things that I ordered that was Nutri-Grade A. And one time that I had the barley water, it was not even Nutri-Grade A because they added sugar. So it was only like half the times that I had barley water that it was even Nutri-Grade A. Have you guys had barley water? It is so good. It's very cooling too. So like very good for hot weather. Haven't been to Singapore since the 90s. Okay, that would explain. Yeah, I'm thinking they probably changed a lot of things. It was common to take orchids, etc. home. They'd be ready to clear customs. Amazing. Barley water and lemon is common in New Zealand? They sell it prepackaged? Oh. Yo, guys, the only time that I've had barley is in like Chinese herbal soups. So Chinese herbal soups will sometimes use barley. Freaking love it. I've loved it since I was a kid. My mom thinks I'm so weird for liking it, but I've loved it. Oh, it's a common aqua fresca drink. Interesting. Huh. I didn't know that you could find barley water in a Mexican. You're talking about barley water, right? You can find it in a Mexican market. Okay, good to know. Thank you. But yeah, there are a lot of things that I tried that I was like, oh wow, how have I gone my entire life without this? So barley water is one of it. Singaporean style coffee is another. And I think what I didn't realize was that the beans and like how they, I don't know, how they roast it or how they grind it down or whatever is different from how we do it here. So if I want the same coffee experience, I need to order kopi powder. Kopi. I mean, it's coffee. basically. But like, so now I'm really sad that I didn't buy myself a bag of Kopi before coming home. But at least I have this. So cousin was right. Cousin was absolutely right. I absolutely needed this. Oh, okay. I can feel that I'm at the last dredges of this. So I'm going to finish this. I'm going to go rinse out my mouth. And as promised, I am going to play the opening to the Chaminade for Arya. So there it goes. I'm going to put that to the side. I'm going to pre-rinse my mouth. But I will also go and do a full rinse of my mouth after I prep everything. So I'm going to grab the music because I don't have it memorized, because I am the type of person where if I did not consciously commit it to memory using more or less musical theoretical means, it ain't staying in my head. That is the type of person I am. So if you are the type of person who's like kind of ashamed that you're a musician and that you have played something over and over and over and you still don't have it memorized, and you don't want to admit to your friends that you still don't have it memorized, I'm just going to say, I hear you, validate you. I am that person too. Okay? So that's just how my brain works. My brain just cannot remember things musically if I did not commit it through some sort of theoretical means. So I have to like map it out in my head. That's how I have the Iber in my head, is because I've mapped out the entire thing using musical theoretical means. So that is why I'm going to look up the music. So we'll do IMSLP Concertino Chaminade. So we'll get that here. Look at parts, and we will do this version, which is the exact version that is in this book. So if you guys have this book, the version that's in here of the Chaminade is on IMSLP. It's the exact same edition. So in case you didn't know, now you know. So we'll put that there. And then I should take out my flute. Yep, I'm gonna take out my flute. I'm gonna put my coffee elsewhere. I'll take out my flute first, and then right before we play, I'll go rinse out my mouth. Is that you, Saturday? You know what? We need to be heard. Okay? People like us hide in the shadows and pretend. We pretend that we can. Of course, we've played it 1,000 times. Of course we know it, but you know deep down inside. You know deep down inside. You can't. Okay? Just so you know, I made it this far in my musical career, and I'm still like that. I can listen to the same song 1,000 times and only be able to hum one phrase, sometimes only half a phrase. Sometimes it'd be that way. Sometimes your brain is just wired that way. It's whatever. Because what I've discovered is that it doesn't matter, because I have found a way to commit things to memory and have it stay there. I just don't do it to every single piece that I play. Oh, you have the Chaminade in the French Composer's Book. That is actually a better edition. I believe, though, there are one or two typos in it. I think there's one or two typos. So just careful there. There are like one or two typos. Yes, this is the support group. Hey, Shane, how are you? Oh, excuse me. Our brains realize it's not a good use of effort to memorize music. We have perfectly good paper copies. So Shinshin, you're also bad at memorizing music, except that now you find that you can easily memorize tunes written in movable do. So yeah, relative pitch is the same thing as, pretty much the same thing as movable do. I've noticed a correlation behind people who have trouble memorizing music and being more comfortable with movable do / relative pitch. I am also much more comfortable with relative pitch. I do not have perfect pitch. It is never going to happen. It's never going to happen. And I am at peace with that. So, you know. So Sean, you had it memorized-ish when you played it in your youth, though on at least one performance, your cadenza had some unintentional improvisation. It's a cadenza. It's supposed to sound improvisatory, right? Oh my goodness. Okay. By the way, Natasha, I am seeing that the barley water in Spanish is agua de cebada. Is that right? I guess cebada is barley. Okay. Good to know. Artistic license. That's it. You guys know. You guys know. Okay. I'm going to put you guys on the break screen. I'm going to go to the bathroom and rinse out my mouth. You know, make sure everything is nice and clean before I start blowing into my flute. So give me a second. I will be right back. Hello, hello. See, I did the right thing though, guys, okay? I muted my microphone when I went to the bathroom just in case there are any accidents. You know. Yeah, I put in the ad. I hope you guys don't mind because I figured that I was like gonna be away for a minute or so. So, Midnight Moth, hello. Let's see. So Sean, your musical memory is relative pitch. You can play something and get quite a way into and realize you're in the wrong key. Do you guys ever do what I do, which is like you sing like something that you've heard and then you accidentally change keys and have no idea when you accidentally changed key? Because like usually what happens, I think, is that I sing an interval wrong and then I just end up accidentally changing the key halfway through. Now you guys know why I failed my first ear training course. I am so naturally bad at it. Yeah, missed an interval and oops modulation. Exactly. John notices when I do it, and I don't notice when I do it. So I totally get on his nerves, and it is hilarious. It is really funny because I'm like having a great time. And he's like, oh, oh. Michael, enjoy your dinner. Thank you so much for joining us today. But okay, so I am going to stand to play this. I think I'm going to stay on this screen though, just because, you know, you guys know the Chaminade, okay? Like, I don't think you guys need to look at the sheet music or anything, but if you want to, it is on IMSLP. So I guess what I can do here, let's do this. We will do Chaminade Concertino Opus 107. And if for some reason I get copyright dinged for this, I'm just gonna take that as a compliment. Okay? Flo, hello. How are you? Welcome back. What's going on? How's life? I know I've been away for a long time, so it's just been really fun to gonna hang out with you guys again. Phantom, your husband has perfect pitch and he doesn't play an instrument. That is very close to the situation that is here. I'm a professional musician, and John has better sense of pitch than I do. We found out while visiting family in Singapore that a ton of people on his side of the family are just naturally gifted with music. They just do everything by ear. So he definitely got some of those genes. Isn't that amazing? Flo, you saw the real Northern Lights. Oh, I went to Singapore and saw fake Northern Lights. It was an art installation outside. Okay, let's do a little bit of a warm-up. You guys can keep talking though. Okay, keep talking. If you want to. But I'm just gonna do a little bit of a warm-up and then we'll play our Chaminade. I would not at all be surprised if we have kids. If one of, like, for example, my kids ends up not being a musician, but also has better pitch than me. It's okay. The world is fair. Okay. Things are always in balance. Okay. What some people have, other people do not. Okay. For example, I can sight read like crazy. All right. That is something that kind of comes with not being able to have any sort of memory retention when it comes to music. Usually that's the case. So this is something that I've noticed just like talking to a whole bunch of my students and also to you guys. If you have really good memory retention for like, you can just like immediately memorize stuff, usually you will find sight reading more challenging. If you find sight reading very, very easy, you will find that memory retention is very difficult. That's usually what happens. So all things in balance. Do I speed read music sheets? Kinda. Okay, let me see. Let me go to the general chat. Those northern lights are beautiful. If you guys are not part of the Discord, please join our Discord so you can see these gorgeous northern lights. Discord. Let's hope my bot works. Yes, my bot works. Okay. You're the first one, Midnight. Are you the fantastic at memory retention, but find sight reading challenging? It's okay. All things in balance, okay? Well, it's the grass is always greener on the other side, okay? If you were on the other side, you would be like, oh man, I wish I could memorize things. So you know what? Just be happy with what you have. Work on the weaknesses, but at the same time, you can dig into your strength. You know, you can do neither. That may be. So there is a third one that I noticed. Not as often. It doesn't come up as often, but I've noticed that some people will rely on the feeling of it. So I'm partially into this as well. So you might be a muscle memory person, right? Where like you have to consciously commit it into muscle memory. Who knows? I have yet to explore that. So I have not really like a fully worked out idea. Okay, let's play Chaminade Concertino for Arya. Arya, I hope you enjoy. Thank you. Arya, I hope you enjoyed that. So that was slightly caffeine fueled. Thank you. You know, not bad for not playing for 3 weeks. I'm okay. um, nah, man, I think that's enough Chaminade for today. That's enough Chaminade for today. I probably need to get going soon, guys. I thought though that it would be fun to play for you guys what I played for my family. So, um, so this is on the Dizi that I bought from Easton Music in Singapore. Right now, the demo is actually just a piece of tape. But I thought I'd play this for you guys so that you guys can hear how it sounds or how it sounded when I first tried it. It's actually not half bad, even with just a piece of tape on there. So yes, my flute stayed home. I did miss it. And I think that's a great sign. I used to never miss it, but I really missed it. So that's a great sign. I think I'm healing because I used to have really bad practice anxiety, but now I actually was like, you know, I was thinking about it and like I couldn't help it, you know, and also playing this was also it was so nice. So I did figure out the Genshin main theme on this, but I just kind of changed some of the octaves so that it was using fingerings that I would be familiar with. So I thought I'd play this for you guys. What I played for, you know, for my family over there. And this was especially a nod to one of our cousins, kiddo. So one of our like nephews once removed or whatever you want to call it. But yes, this is a Dizi in C. So fairly easy for me to kind of figure out fingerings and stuff like that because it's more or less similar to what we have with the Western concert flute. So I think the lady who sold this to me really knew the type of person that I am and suggested that I get a C flute. So, okay, so let's try out the Genshin Impact main theme. Let's see if I remember it. I think it needs to be. I need to figure out how to cover these holes. And as I mentioned yesterday, I am holding this like a dirty Western concert flute player, okay? You are supposed to put your thumb like out here, but I cannot convince my hands to do it. So I am just going to continue being a hashtag BEM babe and hold the Dizi wrong, okay? So just putting it out there for any seasoned Dizi players out there that I am causing conniptions. I am sorry, but also not really. Enjoy. We're gonna have to practice this a bit. What do you guys think? The lowest note you hear is a G. So it is C. Yeah. Yeah, because this should be C, right? Thanks, guys. Thanks, guys. That was actually not as good as the recording that our aunt did of me doing this. So I kind of want to give it another shot. Let's give it another shot. We're gonna try. Yeah, I really like the tone. It's super mellow. I did figure out another theme on here, which kind of showcases more of the the slides and stuff that you can do. So let's see if I remember it. Probably gonna botch it a little bit. Thank you guys. Thank you. Still botched it, but nearly got it. I've yet to figure out the rest of it because it includes a slight key change in it. So that might be a later thing. But yeah, because there are no like keys, it slides so well. You guys hear how it's like it's a true slide? So you can actually slide your fingers off of it sideways. And so essentially the tube will get shorter actually incrementally. Yeah, it's it's so good. And also my camera really just does not want to focus on me today. Come on, camera. I'm here. I'm here. No, camera, please. I'm here. I'm here, camera. Hello. Okay, there we go. One last one. This one was the one that I did try to figure out at least some of the Hobbit theme. Let's see. Kind of a shortened version, but it works really nicely with this tone color, this like wooden tone color. Now, I think I'm going to call it there. I do see that what the time is, so I do need to go soon, just so that, you know, I don't overextend myself. So I'm going to get to packing up, but I thought I would share something interesting. Now, for those of you guys who do play Dizi, you guys will already know this, but I learned from the lady at Eason that, also camera, please, I'm here, I swear, I'm here. Can you please focus on me? Hello, hello, can you please focus on me? All right, okay. I think it might not like my glasses because my glasses might be too shiny. But I learned from the Eason lady that you don't have to swab out your Dizi, because in fact, you just want to lay it out so that it dries. And the moisture from your playing will keep the bamboo healthy. I did not know that. So I am very glad that she told me this. So I think what I will do though is I'm just going to take it apart and let it dry like this. Wasn't that interesting? I had no idea that you're not actually supposed to swab it out. You know, I was just talking yesterday about how I am a total amateur when it comes to the Dizi. So there are a lot of things that I don't know. So it was super fun to learn about it. But yeah, now I do need to put away this flute though. So I'm just going to bring my thing over here. If it didn't, well, there you go, Henry. That is your, you have the answer now. You're just straight up not supposed to swab it. So I need to play it in the winter so it won't crack. Yes. So she did say that you do need to play it at least fairly regularly to keep it in good shape, keep it nice and moist. So, I mean, what a great excuse to play it, right? Put it down vertically so the moisture doesn't soak the cork. Oh, so like this? Wait. So like this. I mean, I guess I could just stand it up, right? Just gonna put it here. Okay. Yeah, we'll do that then. Thank you. See, here's me learning stuff with the head pointing up. Okay, yeah. I just put the two next to each other, the two joints next to each other, upright. And they stand upright by themselves, so this is perfect. Okay, thank you. So yeah, when I say that I am a full amateur when it comes to this, I am not lying. So it's just super fun to kind of have like a different flute. Also for me to kind of like actually hear the tone color up close. I think this will better inform me on how I can mimic that sound on the Western flute, which is where I do know how to do stuff. So, you know, all in all, like, I think that this whole experience has been, you know, even more amazing than I thought it would be. I really didn't expect to, like, it was sort of like a dream that, like, I was like, oh, what if I come back with a Dizi, right? You know, but like, I really started to get quite discouraged when, like, music store after music store, I just, you know, it was by appointment only to try flutes. Now, granted, for those stores, I was asking about Western concert flutes. So I get that there are more parts that can break on a Western concert flute. I get that. But like, I think I was just so discouraged by that, that I just kind of chalked up the idea of bringing home a Dizi to, like, I was like, it ain't gonna happen, you know? And I didn't want to, like, I didn't want to pick a Dizi, like, without trying it, you know, because I wanted to make sure that I actually, like, play it well. So, like, you know, I did get to try other Dizi. And it just, like, the denser woods just don't work well for me. It was like there was like kind of too much to play against, like too much resistance. So I was like, man, this is really like the Flute Center experience. So yeah, I you know, I'm so happy. So freaking, I'm just like looking at it right now, just with like stars in my eyes. Midnight, it feels so taboo. It does. It feels so taboo to just play it and then not swab it. It feels so weird, but at the same time, it makes sense. It absolutely makes sense. Well, oh, thank you, Shin. You actually already welcomed me. You gave me one. I have one. I've just been very, like, let's face it. I have been very self-conscious about myself playing a Dizi. I'm super self-conscious about it because I know how much of a dirty Western concert flute player I look like when I'm playing. Like, you just know that if a professional Dizi player looked at me, they're like, they absolutely would be like, they would know that I have no idea what the heck I'm doing. And but you know what, I think what this trip really taught me was that I can just embrace being a dirty Western concert flute player. I can just embrace it. You know, in terms of my like ethnicity and my heritage and like where I grew up, I've sort of been in no man's land anyway. Okay, I'm Chinese American, and like what that means is that you grow up in a like in a Chinese, usually a very Chinese speaking community. So you have like, especially because I grew up in like Chinese churches. So because I grew up in like heavily speaking Chinese community, you know, with there, you know, our potlucks and stuff like that all had very traditional foods. And so you grow up with like a lot of traditions. You don't necessarily know what they mean, but you kind of show up to all of them. So you kind of know, but you kind of don't know what's going on either. But then, at school, you're and any extracurricular activities, you are growing up in a primarily English speaking community. So you're sort of stuck between two traditions and two cultures. And so you don't fully belong in one. I've never felt like I've truly belonged in one. So, and I would say that most North Americans, especially, or people who, live in a place where your ethnicity is the minority, most minorities will tell you that is exactly how you feel. You kind of feel like you don't really belong anywhere. And like, I've discovered that I play the flute, the Western concert flute, the best if I adopt some Chinese flute sounds. And then I was like, on this trip, I was like, well, then of course it would work the other way around. That if I play a Dizi, I'm probably going to be playing it with my Western concert flute brain, I'm kind of stuck in the middle, and I'm okay with it. Like, it's okay. It is what it is. Hey, Jody. You watched my uncultured Chinese flutist video years ago and you thought it was pretty legit. Thank you. Do you know that was in my bathroom? At least the part where I'm filming at home is in the bathroom. Yeah. It's not that legit. I was only playing with what I learned from the 1 year, because that was the 1 year that I was playing these in our Chinese ensemble at school at UBC, University of British Columbia. Everyone has to start somewhere. That's a good point, Phantom. That's a good point. Many Chinese Dizi players have bad or odd/non-standard posture too. Okay, that's very comforting. I'll just be the Western flute one. Oh. You also did a lot of that recording in your bathroom. It's the best acoustics. Like, you get that nice, like, boomy sound, which works really well for the flute. Yeah, hashtag no shame. Yeah. Record in the bathroom. Yep. So many of us did it. There's so many, like, one of the reasons why I did it, to be frank, was that at the time, a lot of the makeup reviews that I was watching were all filmed in bathrooms. Or a ton of them were filmed in bathrooms. Yes. But like that, looking back at that, like, sure, I think I sounded okay. I would say that I sounded okay, but 100%, like, I can tell at least that I am, like, if I wanted to do this legitimately, I would need to take lessons for sure. Because I would need to take lessons on, like, the types of ornaments that that are standard, that you can use. I would probably have to listen to a ton of Chinese music to get a hang of the types of like how you end notes, how you do vibrato, how you do different ornaments, slides, glissandos, et cetera, grace notes, escape notes, etc. I am aware that there is like a whole kind of like palette of traditional ornaments that you can use and that you're sort of expected to know. Yeah, I only had 1 year of official like education on it. So, and that's not enough. That's nowhere near enough. So, I just want to put it out there. I do not claim to know much about the Dizi at all. So I'm not the person that you're supposed to ask questions to. I'm also just a Dizi amateur having fun, okay? Where I am a professional is in the Western concert flute. So just to make that very clear for everyone, I do not profess to know more than I do. So anyway, it makes me super happy though, so I don't care. So I'm really, really happy with it. But yeah, I think I will call it there. Thank you all so much for joining me today, for having fun with me, hanging out, listening to me yammer on, and also getting me to play. I really have really enjoyed this. Next week, I think what I would like to do, just to kind of prep you guys for it so you guys know what to expect, I would like to get back into actual practicing. So I want to do at least one, if not two, actual practice sessions. So I want to do, it might end up being maybe Monday, might be a like kind of official practice session. And then I'm thinking Tuesday, I would like to take off the tape here and fiddle around with putting on the demo, the membrane. Like I might watch a video about it, the Eason music video about it. They have a whole video on like how to do it, and so you guys can just watch me be an amateur watching this video and trying to figure it out. So that might be Tuesday, but that might end up being Thursday. I'm not really sure exactly what I want to do. Who knows? I might even have to delay it until the week after. Unsure. So if that doesn't happen next week, then next week will only be 3 regular practice sessions, but we can just hang out and talk anyway as we normally do. So that's what you guys have to look forward to next week. The whatchamacallits, the practice sessions will be on Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday. And the reason why I've done this are twofold. One is that I need to slow down a little bit, because I am anticipating that I'm probably gonna have a bit of like a mental and physical crash next week. If it doesn't come next week, it will probably come the week after. So unsure. And the reason for that, if you guys have just tuned in, is that I have been riding on travel adrenaline, which has leaked into caregiver adrenaline because John's skin exploded right when we got back. And he's getting a lot better this week. So with him getting better, based on past experiences, what's probably going to happen is my brain and my body are going to start letting go, because I've essentially am starting to realize that John is going to be okay. And then I let go, and then I'm probably going to have some sort of crash. So I'm essentially letting myself work more or less part-time for the next couple of weeks. And the other is because I need to do some makeup lessons for people who really deserve to have their lesson in May. So I have had to open up a few spots, extra spots here and there to teach. So on the days that my teaching schedule is more full, I've decided to not stream on that day. So there you go, just communicating with you guys. Again, since I know that a lot of you guys really don't want me to apologize or anything, don't worry, this is not an apology. This is just communication. So it's just so you guys know exactly what I'm up to. There are no questions, no guessing, no rumors, nothing. Okay, so you guys just know Joanna's just tired. Okay, so Alden, hello. How have I been? Well, everything that I just said. So I'm probably way more tired than I really am. You bought the Trevor James Alto? Oh, fantastic. So beautiful. And no worries, Alden. So John definitely is doing better. far better than he was last week. So we're very happy with his progress. He has progressed in 1 week what used to take him a month. So, I mean, pretty good. But that I know that this means that I'm probably going to let go next week or the week after, and I'm going to have a big crash. So I'm just preparing for that and like slowing myself down in preparation for that to give myself time to crash. So that's what we're looking at here. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, Alden. I'm glad that you guys are also celebrating the fast recovery right along with me. It really is quite the miracle. It is also a sign that he is getting much better. So TSW works in cycles. So the flares will always come back and then he'll go on a break and flares and breaks and flares and breaks. Each flare is not as bad as previous ones, or at the very least in this case, you heal faster. So slow and steady. We're getting there, but there we go. So I need to take my leave before I keep yammering. I love you all so very much. Thank you so much for joining me today and keeping me company, giving me a laugh. You guys just make me laugh so much. I love the Dizi. I played some of it, so after the stream is over, rewind a little bit and you'll hear me play. But yeah, so I love you guys so much. Please stay happy, healthy, and safe. I will see you guys on Monday at 11 a.m. Pacific. Just take care of yourselves to the best of your ability. I know that it's not always within your control, but I hope to set an example for, for you guys that it's okay to slow down. If you know that you need to, it's okay. It's valid. I see you. I hear you. I'm in it with you. Okay. Hustle culture is not always healthy. Just putting that out there. All right. You guys take care. Have an amazing weekend. Take care of yourself because there's no music without the musician. I love you guys so very much. All right. I will see you guys on Monday. Laters. Bye.